President Joe Biden has a long history of relationships with so-called progressives, radicals, and agents of the Soviet Union. When he ran for the Senate in 1972, suspected Soviet agent Al Gore Sr. took notice. Gore Sr. donated 1/3 of the total funds his campaign received through the Communist Front Council for a Livable World.
Welcome to all of you, gathered to celebrate an organization for which I have immense gratitude and respect, Council for a Livable World. You know, my ties to the Council run long and deep, stretching way back to my first campaign for the United States Senate. I'll never forget the faith you showed and the help you gave to a young man making a long-shot bid for the United States Senate in 1972. Because of you, we won. That help has continued throughout my entire career, especially when I was chairman of the United States Senate Foreign Relations Committee, and it continues to this very day.
Which was founded by Soviet agent Leo Szilard. He filled his administration with appointments from Council for a Livable World, Alexandra Bell, Senior Policy Director, Center for Arms Control and Non-Proliferation. Mallory Stewart, State Department Senior Director of Center for Arms Control and Non-Proliferation, National Security Council. Spencer Boyer, Deputy Assistant SecDef for European and NATO Policy. Anthony Weyer, Deputy Assistant Secretary for Non-Proliferation Policy. Colin Call, former Under-SecDef for Policy, former Obama admin, NatSec advisor. Ned Price, Senior Advisor to Blinken, Department Spokesperson, Obama admin, National Security Council. And Bishop Garrison, Senior Advisor to SecDef for Human Capital and Diversity Equity. Forcing the U.S. to diminish its nuclear arsenal while our enemies increase theirs is the purpose of non-proliferation and was the subject of Biden's 1979 trip to the Soviet Union. Many years later, after Vladimir Bukovsky defected to the United States with thousands of pages of Politburo minutes and Kremlin memos, he returns with a top-secret report by Vadim Zagladin of the Central Committee's International Department on Biden's 1979 trip. It quotes Biden as telling the Soviets off record that he did not really care about the persecution of Russian dissidents. He and other senators might raise human rights issues with their Soviet counterparts, but only to be seen by the United States public as defenders of human rights, not to have those problems really solved. They would happily take no for an answer. He has served the interests of the communist bloc his entire career. From disarmament treaties to carrying on the lie of perestroika.
So, and the second thing is, Governor Romney's answer I thought was incredibly revealing. He acts like he thinks the Cold War is still on. Russia is still our major adversary.
And even claiming that China was not our enemy.
China is not our enemy. There is nothing inevitable about China and the United States not being as cooperative as any other two nations in the world.
The border remains wide open to potentially fill the United States with agents of terror.
An unrelenting stream of immigration. Non-stop. Non-stop. Folks like me who are Caucasian of European descent, for the first time in 2017, will be in an absolute minority in the United States of America. Absolute minority. Fewer than 50% of the people in America, from then and on, will be white European stock. That's not a bad thing. That's a source of our strength.
So ask yourself, who is Joe Biden?